Alright, so I saw this movie a little while ago, like towards the beginning of this month. Um, and I was a just massive blubbering mess afterwards. And I had to go and catch another movie elsewhere, which is why I did not record a review for it then. However, I still want to talk about this movie, even though I reviewed it last year. But I still want to talk about this movie and just the emotions that I feel for it. 1 year later, we are once again going to be talking about The Polar Express. This movie came out in 2004, so it is 21 years old now. And this movie, of course, stars Tom Hanks, Eddie Deason, Josh Hutcherson, Nona Gay, as well as a whole host of others. And it tells the story about a young boy who has his belief in Santa a little bit waning, just a bit. But on Christmas Eve, a train appears that is going to be going to the North Pole to show him that yes, Santa is very much real. But could it all be just a dream? We'll have to figure that out. This is, of course, directed by legendary director Robert Zemeckis, creator of such legendary movies as Back to the Future, as well as his version of A Christmas Carol, as well as a whole host of other movies. Um, and Zemeckis had help writing the screenplay with William Broyles Jr., and they are, of course, basing this movie off of the children's book of the same name, which was written by Chris Van Allsburg. Um, just as a bit of background for me in this movie, there hasn't been a time where I don't think I've not watched this every time around Christmas time. Never. Um, cause came out in '04. I don't think I went and see it in theaters, but I think starting in '05, we've pretty much watched it every single year since coming to, DVD. And, kept watching it on DVD, watched it on TV, watched it through streaming. Like, so many different ways of watching it. And now I've started kind of a new tradition where I go and watch it in IMAX 3D, which is really, really cool and really, really awesome that I get to be able to do that. Of course, everyone knows that Hanks does a lot of the mocap for this movie. He is the conductor. He does the mocap for the hero boy, except, Hutchison voices the character, but Hanks does the mocap for him. He does the mocap for the ghost. He does it for the dad. He also does it for Santa. Like, he has a lot of roles in this movie. And I have to commend him for giving each of those characters distinct, unique qualities about them that make them clearly definable in this movie. And, you can definitely place them in like an alignment chart of sorts, on like, you um, lawful lawful good or like lawful evil, like, you know what I'm talking about. Um, Everyone else in this does an absolutely awesome job as well. The three kid actors in this do an absolutely awesome job, and everyone else does an awesome job acting wise as well. I think the one thing that people might knock it for, um, 21 years on, is its animation. The Uncanny Valley esque animation that Zemeckis would use, again, for his version of A Christmas Carol. Um, but for me, as someone who grew up with, the early 2000s animations, like Jimmy Neutron, and what are some other ones? Jimmy Neutron is the only one that is coming to my head right now. But just growing up in the early 2000s, where, you know, CGI cartoons were still kind of like coming in to its infancy a little bit, starting to mature a little bit more. Um, to me, I see this animation as timeless, in my opinion. Yes, it might transport you back to that time and that place, but for me, it's like good comfort food. Just like it fills my body with warmth on the inside every time that I see it. Um, it just makes me so happy. Um, of course, Alan Silvestri does the music for this movie, which is absolutely awesome. This, to me, is the quintessential Christmas soundtrack, in my opinion. It is timeless, it is absolutely classic, and every single time that you put this on, you instantly think of not only this movie, but also Christmas as well. Um, and I think that is the mark of a really, really good score. So, good job to Mr. Alan Silvestri. Um, but I think the main reason why I keep like coming back to this movie year after year after year is like it always reminds me, just never to lose that inner kid in me. Like, even though I'm getting closer to my 30s, you know, I still have that kid in me. I still have the awe and the wonder and the excitement and the imagination of, when I was a little kid, and, you know, looking at things from a positive lens. And I've always tried to live my life that way, and I think it's served me relatively well so far. And so, you know, seeing this movie is always a good reminder, but also kind of serves as like, you're doing the right thing and you're living your life the best way that you can, um, and that you're taking it one day at a time, and you're getting through it one day at a time, and just taking life as it goes by, and trying to find the bright spots in it. And that's how I've decided to live my life, and hopefully that is something that you can live by as well. And I just want to say, like, right here at the end of the video, that I hope you guys have a very, very happy holidays. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, or whatever it is that you celebrate, I hope that you are safe, you are happy, you are healthy, but most importantly, that you are with the ones that you love this holiday season. Um, because you never know when that can all be taken away from you. So just savor every single one of those moments that you get to spend with your family, because life is a very cruel mistress, and it can take as much as it can give. So just enjoy life as best as you can. But that's pretty much it for me. My review of the Polar Express, and how I view it, even so many times after I've seen it over and over and over again. I hope you have a very, very happy holidays. Be safe out there. Once again, happy holidays to each and every one of you. And remember, one thing about trains is, it doesn't matter where you're going. What matters is if you decide to get on. I will catch you guys next time.